My daddy, my superhero. Tweet, 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 the birds outside the window chirp. Rise and shine, Carly. It's Saturday. Time to have fun, Daddy says in his superhero's voice. Carly smiles and stretches. She looks at her bunny, Bun Bun, and says, My daddy is my superhero. Even when he is tired from working all week, he still wakes up full of energy, ready to spend the day having fun with me. Carly, time for breakfast. Hurry, or we'll be late, Daddy says as a sleepy Carly walks up to the table. Carly smiles as Daddy places a plate of pancakes in front of her. Daddy, it's Saturday. There's no school today. Daddy laughs. Today, I have to do some chores, and then I have something very fun planned for us. Carly's eyes sparkle with curiosity as a little bird chirps at her from the open window. Carly looks at it and, with a bright smile, says, My daddy is my superhero. Even when he has chores on the weekends, he still makes room for fun. Carly, time to go, Daddy says, walking out of the house, carrying a large cloth bag over his shoulder, a lawn chair, blankets, and even a cooler. Coming, Daddy, Carly says, pedaling back to the house as fast as she can. Carly, look out! Daddy calls as Carly loses her balance. Swoosh! Daddy rides Carly's bike and helps her the rest of the way without dropping the things he is carrying. A squirrel chatters at Carly, and she smiles, saying, My daddy is my hero. He turns into a brave superhero and keeps me from getting hurt. Daddy and Carly drive to the hardware store, the coin laundry, and the supermarket. These are not Carly's favorite places. Daddy, I want to go and have some fun. Carly cries as they walk through the supermarket doors. Daddy doesn't get mad. Daddy doesn't shout. He listens to Carly and, in a calm voice, says, I promise we won't stay long. This is our last chore, and then we can have fun. Daddy and Carly imagine the shopping cart is a race car, and they drive up and down the aisles, laughing and making beeping sounds. While Daddy picks some fruits from the fresh fruit display, Carly smiles at a supermarket worker and says, My daddy is my superhero. He always knows how to make even the most boring chore fun. Daddy laughs and says, This race car is off to have some fun. Carly squeals as Daddy runs right up to the cash register, where the cashier greets them with a smile. Afterward, Daddy and Carly go catch butterflies at the large park on the edge of town. Chasing butterflies is so much fun, Carly says, running after a blue and yellow butterfly. Suddenly, she slips and disappears into the flowers. Daddy! Carly calls out, frightened. Peekaboo! Daddy says, poking his head between the flowers and smiling at Carly. I found you! Carly laughs as Daddy lifts her and tickles her, making Carly forget all her fears. A butterfly lands on the tip of Carly's nose, and she whispers to it, My daddy is my superhero! He turns into a knight and scares my fears away! Later, they walk up to a river, where Daddy teaches Carly how to fish. This is too hard, Kylie cries as the fish keep getting away. Daddy smiles and says, "Practice makes perfect. Try again and again, and soon not a single fish will get away from you." Carly looks at the water and imagines she is a rock. She waits, waits, and waits. Then she catches a fish. Holding up the wiggling fish, she says to it, "My daddy is a superhero. He always finds time to teach me something new." Carly lets the fish go and waves at it while Daddy starts to grill some lunch. "Ouchie! Ouch! Ouch!" Carly cries as she burns her fingers on the hot food. Daddy grabs her scalded fingers and kisses them, soothing the stinging. A raccoon stops by their picnic table and sniffs the air. Carly giggles and says, "My daddy is my superhero. He turns into a doctor and kisses all my ouchies away." At home, Mommy makes dinner, while Daddy teaches Carly how to make a pirate hat out of newspapers. Daddy's hat looks like an ice cream cone, not a pirate hat. "Time for dinner," Mommy says, placing the food on the table. Carly looks up from her hat and smiles, saying, "My daddy is my superhero. He turns into an artist just for me." "Planet spotting time, Carly," Daddy says, and Carly gasps when she sees her backyard swing has been turned into a spaceship complete with a real moon shining bright in the sky. "My daddy is my superhero. He even goes to outer space for me," Carly tells her astronaut plush monkey. Bedtime comes, and it's time for Carly's favorite part of the day, monster hunting with Daddy. Together, Carly and Daddy shine their light swords under the bed, in the closet, and inside Carly's shoes. "Monsters, monsters, go away!" Carly shouts, waving her light sword all over the room. Daddy declares the room monster-free and tucks Carly into bed. Remember, monsters live only in your imagination. You have the power to defeat them all with a single thought. Carly beams and looks at the moon. "My daddy is my superhero. He fights the biggest monsters so I can have sweet dreams. I love my daddy so much." "I love you more, much more than that," Daddy says, kissing her nose. "How much more do you love me, Daddy?" Carly asks with a yawn. Daddy cuddles Carly to sleep as he gently whispers, "I love you to the moon and back. I love you more than all the treasures in the 7 seas. I love you more than there are happily ever after. I love you more than there are planets in a galaxy. I love you more than 1,000 burning suns. I love you to infinity and beyond."